Professor Stiglitz, the economic growth in the Three Seas region has been around 3.5% over the last 30 years. Do you think that this is a development that can be continued? And what are the reasons behind this economic growth?
I think it can be continued. That kind of growth isn't automatic. It's actually very hard. It's very impressive for that length of time to have that kind of growth. But underlying that growth are things like the sound institutions, many of which you got from the EU adopting what I call the soft infrastructure, the legal framework, competition policy, and commitments to inclusive growth, not always fully executed, but hopefully will continue. I think that the green transition, which is so much at the center of Europe's agenda, can be another important opportunity for promoting growth in the region.
The Three Seas initiative is heavily focused on infrastructure projects and linking the region together with new highways, railways, gas pipelines. Lately, there has also been a focus on higher education and R&D cooperation in these fields. Is this the way to go forward?
Yes. I would omit from the list maybe gas pipelines. I think you ought to be focusing on smart electricity grids. But obviously, the economy of the future is going to be an innovative economy, and research and education is going to be at the center of that. So when in the United States we're talking about infrastructure today, we talk about not only the physical hard infrastructure, we're talking about the institutional infrastructure, the education system, caring for children from birth on, child care, a whole set of institutional arrangements that increase the productivity of society.
Right now we have an active war going on very close to the region. Is this a risk for economies when there is a war in the vicinity? And how do you convince investors that your countries are safe to invest in?
I don't think it's a particular risk for the countries in the region. If the war expands beyond the borders, all of us are at risk. We are in a new world, and nuclear war can go intercontinental in a moment. So I don't think the physical proximity is the critical issue. Obviously, all countries in the world are being affected by food and energy prices, and hopefully there will be solidarity both across countries and within countries to help those most adversely affected by these price increases to manage their way through this hopefully very temporary spike in those prices.